Hello, my name is Sophia Briones and I'll be explaining how to perform a transformation using NEB5 alpha cells. Before you begin, you'll want to get a bucket of ice from the cafeteria and run it through the ice crusher. Then you'll go to the -80 and collect a tube of competent NEB5 alpha cells, transferring them directly to the bucket of ice. If the cells thaw too suddenly, they will die and your procedure will fail, so make sure that they stay on ice at all times. Close the -80 and return to the lab. At this time, it's time to put on the proper PPE. Then, while the cells are thawing, pour plates with the appropriate antibiotic. If the plasmid you're trying to transform contains the AMP-R gene, use ampicillin. If the plasmid you're trying to transform contains the CAN-R gene, use kanamycin. Then label the bottom of the plates with your name, the date, the media that composes the plate, usually LB plus agar plus your antibiotic, the type of cells that would be plated on it, in this case NEB5 alpha cells, and the plasmid you're transforming them with. While the plates cool, set the hot water bath or heat block to 42 degrees Celsius and get a timer ready. Next, to ensure sterility, turn on the gas to one of the Bunsen burners and using a flint striker, start a flame. If the flame doesn't catch, turn off the gas, allow the air to clear, and then try again. Make sure the Bunsen burner isn't beneath anything and keep any long hair or dangly clothes tied back. And please, do not put any part of your body into the flame. The purpose of the flame is to create an updraft and prevent bacteria from falling into the sterile media, so work closely to it. Finally, take your DNA out of the -20, allow it to thaw, and then you're ready to begin. Once the cells have thawed, using a P200 with a tip, aliquot 25 to 50 microliters of cells into separate tubes, keeping the tubes on ice. Label the top of the tube with your initials, and on the side, put the date and the plasmid you're transforming. Then add 1 to 5 microliters of DNA to each of these tubes using the P20 with a tip. Mix by inversion and swirling, but do not vortex. Once mixed, allow the cells to incubate on ice for 15 to 30 minutes. Next, bring the labeled tubes of cells over to the water bath or hot plate and place the tubes into it for exactly 30 seconds. If you're using a hot plate, make sure to add water to the wells before putting the tube in. After 30 seconds, replace the tube on ice and allow the cells to rest for 5 minutes. Then using a P1000 with a tip, add 950 microliters of SOC or LB to each of the tubes. As the SOC is very nutrient-rich, extra precautions must be taken to ensure it doesn't get contaminated. Try to keep the bottle closed for as long as possible, and when you do open it, flame the top of the tube for a few seconds. Once that's done, return the SOC to the sterile shelf and bring the tubes over to the incubator. Using tape, secure the tubes to the incubator floor and set the temperature to 37 degrees Celsius and the speed to 225 RPM. Allow the tubes to incubate for an hour. In the meanwhile, put your plates, which should be dry at this point, into a stationary incubator to preheat them to 37 degrees Celsius. After an hour has elapsed, take the tubes out of the incubator. Then using a P200 pipette and tip, aliquot 50 to 100 microliters of your produce onto each of the plates. Then using a sterile spreader, spread the liquid evenly across the plate. Make sure you do not touch the spreader to any surfaces except the plate. Once that is done, put the plates into a stationary incubator at 37 degrees Celsius, agar side up, and incubate overnight.